we're moving over.
It's Jake Gyllenhaal.
What's up? Yes, Jake Gyllenhaal is in the episode, and welcome to Dark Matter.
But wait, guys. Thanos did nothing wrong, though.
No. See,
All right,
Ultron
we're stopping
did
that.
nothing
We're
wrong.
putting a pin
Just mute
on
him,
the
just mute him.
Marvel. We're putting a pin on the Marvel.
Yeah.
We're welcoming people.
Hello.
We're live.
Welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Red
Hello.
Skull, always right.
Stop. Actually, stop. The last episode, we got to have a fun dual momentary affair as we opened up on the crash landed party of Edom, Avant, Gray, and
The female.
sorry, Claire. Yes, the
The female one.
And,
so they had started to make it towards the hut when, seemingly unbeknownst to them, a somewhat similar to Avant in features, bird-esque man popped up from the snow, to the surprise of the entire party. However, he didn't seem to be an enemy. However, it wasn't the most friendly either. Really just more confusing than anything to the party members, as he eventually guided them to his hut, those trying to safely show them a way around the sinkholes. Upon going down there, they inevitably went towards a tunnel, in which case led to multiple doorways of different entries and exits. At the same time, QR, Barth, and Verabel all explored the area of I guess you should say the facility building that they had entered in. Seemingly they found a lot of distraught wiring and doors that barely functioned, but they eventually made their way to a seemingly large computer room. However, with the hearings of some commotion down in the basement, they had started to leave towards that kind of direction they were hearing. As during that time, there was a commotion in the basement started by the party of four who had entered the basement of a building, or at least who had gone through a doorway and landed in a strange room. Upon doing so, they inevitably found their way to the face of a man with a snake head, curiously though, who did quite a number on some of the members of the party, as they inevitably, after successfully defeating the creature, had gone back to a room where their new friend, named Vartelis Abunpo, had kicked into the door, breaking the door seal, locking it tight, as they are now in the room resting. However, that was not the end of the session, as QR and his group had started to go into a larger room where there was but a lowly man hiding behind a table. QR decided to greet the man who was seemingly scaringly pointing a gun at them. Walked up to him and grabbed him by the neck, holding him up. And however, this was not until afterward the man had warned QR that he had tripped off the Sentry control system, hence why he had actually been hiding behind that table in the first place, in that he could not move from his position, as there is a tweak in the system. Upon activating, the gun started to point towards QR, and seemingly the man, as after one fired, shot him square on the dome, and he fell lifeless in the hand of QR. Is that where we ended our session? And QR, roll initiative.
Oh my god.
It's fine.
Okay.
All you gotta do is dodge bullets.
Yep.
Yeah, and
I'm
if
just
you can
gonna
dodge a
do
bullet,
this
you can
shit.
dodge a ball.
You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge. Roll the. Let's see here. That's gonna be +2. That's a 14.
All right. Ooh, you will do better than turret B.
Yes!
Turret B slow.
My life stream.
All right, so yours is a 14.
Yeah.
So many things are acronyms. I have A, B, Q, R so far. I haven't gotten to a person with a full name yet.
Yeah.
That sounds like a greeting. Like A, B, Q, I.
Yeah.
Hey, must be the money.
Let's see. So that's a 2 or +2. Yes. So, let's see. So Barth does not have an amazing initiative roll here either. Let's see if Varabel shall fare better.
I love the fact that Barth's name sounds like Barf.
The is Barth.
I'm my own best friend.
Well, you know, Barth the
Because
can.
no one else will be yours, QR.
Oh my god,
Ooh.
QR. I just imagine QR saying that while splattered in blood and the dead body in his arms.
QR getting the same roll as Varabel, so both Vex are getting the same initiative score, but QR winning out on initiative score.
I rolled a 10,
Yeah.
by the way.
Ah, yes, Enum, you are there as well. I forgot now. I forgot you're there now.
Oh,
So you rolled a 10.
wow.
So
Enum
that
is there in
was the
spirit.
one part of the recap I forgot, which is that, and suddenly, while they were looking for these pitfalls and trying to survive, Enum vanished from the crash group. However, seemed to find himself almost teleport from the inside of QR. But he didn't stay in there. He teleported from inside to next to him. As now he is with QR, Varabel, and Barthacan. So 10 for the man. All right. The myth, the legend. All right. So that one's actually going to be you. So I will keep that in mind. All right. First off is turret A. As it will kind of walk towards the back side of the room more. Climb up part of the wall. Yeah, I mentioned they're like guns with legs. They're essentially they're a lot like I forget what the company that makes it in Borderlands, but they're the ones that in Borderlands 3 that have the gun legs. Except these don't explode.
Thank you.
At least as far as you know. They
But
may.
you put that evil on
Never
me,
know.
Ricky Bobby.
You never know.
Hi, Dylan.
But yes, this will actually climb itself onto the wall.
This is a fun campaign.
Just a little bit, not too far, but it will just a bit. Let's see, as this will.
Just enough to make you sweat.
Yeah, you know. Now I'm double checking my stats here. There you go. All right. So this will be to hit. It's going to be 2 QR. This is going to be a 16.
16?
Yes.
Damage? Or
You mean to tell you come into my house and you use a 16 against me? It's gonna hit.
Okay.
Because QR is a bitch.
But rude though.
Oof.
I'll deal with you later.
All right, is that will deal a solid 8 damage.
Oof.
8 damage.
That's like
Yes.
half a
Oh no.
Oh,
It's
no.
safe to say I didn't heal since like the last session, right?
Yeah.
Big combo.
You guys decided to not wait around in the
Oh,
computer room and go
no.
for the noise.
Big
Oh
Yep.
no.
Here you are.
Oh, this
Hi-
turn's gonna.
How you doing there?
Boy, I wonder if I have any like health potions.
Well, it's your turn.
I have
So,
rations. That's nice.
it is your turn.
That's cool.
So you've got that going for you.
That's great. Can I heal with any of this? No. Okay.
If he rolls a 20 right now, can he heal fully?
Make a luck roll.
Yeah, why not?
All right, do it.
But I will give you this before you roll it.
Yeah.
I
before roll,
want you to
what's up?
have high risk, high reward. If
Yeah.
you roll a 20, you heal it full. You have everything you could have lost in terms of spell slots, health, anything.
Oh,
Mhm.
You roll a 1, you die. Is it a risk you're willing to take?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
I'm in danger. Initiate self-destruct.
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna roll a 1. QR's gonna die, and Claire just gets a nosebleed out of nowhere, and she's like, "What's that about?"
Yeah.
Well, we just hear Edam's happy cries.
That's what I want you to do. If you roll a
Yeah.
1, don't say anything. Just say Claire gets a nosebleed.
Yeah, okay.
All right, baby. Let's put our fate in the hands of the die.
All right.
Oh no.
Anything else? Nothing happens.
Yes. 5.
All right. Nothing
Nothing
happens.
happens.
Nothing happens. You clear.
I was gonna laugh at you. Yes, I rolled a 1.
Okay, so now for what I'm actually gonna do, because I'm terrified and I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. Also, I had
You're
spells in here at
currently
one
holding
point,
the
and they're not
corpse
there
of a
anymore.
man.
What's going on with that?
I will say, well, you're currently holding the corpse of a man.
I'm gonna have to fix that later.
So he has half cover.
I mean, if he's pointing at the right direction.
I have XCOM style half cover.
He's
Just-
somewhat getting flanked, so really it's only in one direction, neither of which is pointing at the turret so far.
That's what makes me beautiful. Okay, so let me see. Let me see what I can do here. How many turrets total are there right now?
There are 2 that dropped from the ceiling.
Okay.
There's
QR.
There's one about 40 feet from you on the wall. There's another about 20 feet away from you. So kind of
QR is
two
going
both
to-
left and right.
Kiora is going to take evasive action. He is going to let go of the body in his hands,
All right.
and he is going to dash away as far as he can to rejoin with the rest of the group.
All right. It takes you about let's see, because I think the going into the room was a bit of a walk, so it takes you about 30 feet to get to the door.
Excuse me.
So
Yeah, my
if you-
walking speed's 35, so if I do a dash,
Well, if it's
should be able to move.
35, you can kind of safely get yourself
Put me up to
outside
70.
of the doorway at 35. Like, you can get to the door and go right or
yeah,
left.
that is exactly what I would do.
without dashing.
I'm gonna pop over to the left-hand side of the door on the outside.
Okay. Sorry, because at 35 you're in the doorway, or no, sorry, at 30 you're in the doorway. At 35 puts you can get that extra step in cover.
Yep, QR's gonna get outside the door, off to the left, and crouch down and say, "You know, I may have gone wrong in a few places. I'm gonna end my turn right there."
Hmm. This is really funny.
Just
Hmm.
What, does the door shoot me?
No. Variable just kind of looks at you, looks at them, closes the door.
Yes. Good work.
From the
That's
other side of the
forward-thinking,
door,
okay.
you hear a tink.
Oh no.
This is not our problem now. As he kind of just turns to walk away. Yeah, I agree. We should probably head back to the room. The noise will sort itself out later.
So who's all still in the room?
No one,
A dead body.
yeah.
no one else walked in. Everybody was outside the door. QR is the only one to walk in. So he ran out. He had enough to leave, so it's like, okay, well, I guess this is the situation we're in. Beep. Crisis averted. maybe if we can get in the room, we could I could spend some time with the machine, and maybe we could just rest for a while.
That sounds good to
It's
me.
been a while.
Though I do think we should send QR back out into the turret room.
Oh, no, we won't do that. He's just like, the pain.
That would be very fun. And I gotta say, I would love if Enum could join me on that adventure the next time around.
I think you can handle this on your own, Enum. Failing is your special talent. As we just
I always appreciate you acknowledging my talents, Enum. You really are a good friend.
Well, there's so few of them that once they come to the forefront, I have to acknowledge it.
All right. Now, I guess I'll pose this question to you guys. You both, at least both as QR and Enum. Are you more pushing for just a long rest, or do you just want to take a short rest? Just to use your hit die. Granted, you only have 2 of them right now, but
Yeah.
Does a
potentially
long
use
rest
them.
take a really long time?
Yeah, it takes 8 hours. You have to.
Yeah, I don't think we have like 8 hours.
You don't have much at the moment, really.
Yeah, I'd probably just end up doing a short rest.
Yeah, I
But
think
it's up to
Leave
you.
it there.
Okay. I'm gonna pose a similar question then, all in the distance, to the team of Avant, Gray, and Claire in terms of players. What would you guys kind of have pushed for? Would you push for more of a short rest or a long rest?
I thought No, we didn't take a short rest yet.
No, you haven't. You just got you just got back from getting just rocked
Mm-hmm.
by
I am collecting samples from the snake guy.
Well, you guys you kind of got pushed back into the room, and then then Vartelis kicked the security door in, remember?
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
You kind of fell back to the room you teleported into.
All right. Taking swabs from the bite marks we've had.
Claire would also like to take a short rest. She's pretty banged up too.
I am all for resting right now
All right.
for a good while.
As you'll kind of see Vartelis doing a number of poses.
What is he doing? Wait, why am I asking you, Alphonse? Tell us, what are you doing?
I must bring myself back into my way.
We just look at him.
Despite that we are in the entirety of a constructed building, I can still connect to the nature outside. It is my way of being.
Why is he so fucking weird?
Our ancestors called it Taibo.
Forwarded by the Billy Blanks. The great Blanks of Billy.
Well, I'm gonna take a nice power nap. Yeah.
I want to make a cleric that's divine domain is Tybo.
Dude. Oh, that'd be
Hi, I'm
awesome.
Billy Blanks. Welcome to
I'm Billy
Tybo.
Blanks.
Welcome to Tybo.
Where
Oh.
Gray is sitting down and
So good.
enjoying recovery time.
Claire's kind of like propped up against the wall with like her arms crossed. So she kind of looks like she's watching everyone, but in reality, she's actually like dozing off, like, falling asleep.
All right. So you guys, since everybody's taking a short rest, you can use your hit dice for your short rest.
Actually, at full health.
Luckily,
I'm at
yeah,
full
if you
health
need
yet.
it.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Luckily, yeah, as I say, luckily there is the convenient short rest, so it does allow you to, kind of know how many of your hit dice that you're allowed to use. Obviously, you can use the ones that are available to you. But if you ever need the double check of what's usable and what's not, that is there. Let's see. Otherwise,
I get my wild shapes back.
you do. Let's see. Wow.
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 All my spells are used up though, so fuck.
Yeah,
I got one left. Oh, sorry, two left.
I can beat people with a stick that's magically infused. And I can make
wait,
the
you
ground
played
a
my
little bit
shenanigan?
worse.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Or I could just shoot them with my gun.
Okay, that actually did very well.
Then I pull out my gun.
You establish risk.
And then I pull out my gun. Yeah, establish wrist control. See how I can move your wrist around? See how, and then you pull out your gun.
What does a healer's kit do?
All right, so so everybody kind of getting short rested up here. Getting
We're
all
getting
good
short
to go
rested up in here.
up in here.
Channel to the video
in here?
for short rest? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I could burn with the power of the sun again.
Yeah, because you get 2 for like 20 levels.
So yes,
And that's all you get.
Are you using the sun, boy?
is that what
No.
the sun is for?
Okay.
All right, so we
I know
will
a guy who
then.
loves the sun who'll kick your ass.
Since you guys would have started your short rest first, we will stick with the group of Claire, Avant Grey, and Vartelis. Once I can remember what I'm doing here. Okay, there we go. So you guys are. So you kind of, after about an hour pass, you guys kind of take a bit of naps, kind of rest around. You kind of start to see as he's somewhat within the midst of it stops kind of doing his weird posing. You kind of see him walk up to the panel that he kind of kicked in. You kind of see him move his hands into certain parts of it. And then as it kind of seems to regain its shape, and he hits the button and the doors open. All right.
I have
Well,
so
you
many
all wanted
questions.
to be moving, so now we can get going.
I have so many questions. What did you just do?
I fixed the door. Do you think I just break things without thinking about it first?
How did you fix the door?
As he just kind of fades into the doorway.
Alright, I'm back in the camp that he needs to die. Alright. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, but now.
You wanted the answer.
Strong urge.
You asked for the answer. He gave it to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
Just because it's the answer you didn't want.
Yep, I'm gonna go over to Avant and observe him and what he's doing. I'm satisfied with what I observed.
Gavin noises.
You'll kind of hear from down the hall. Come now. You all wanted to be moving, so let's get going.
Yeah, right behind you.
Oh my!
Keep on moving. Ah.
My legs fall asleep.
Alright, let's go. Pull out my gun.
I pull out my gun.
But ain't again.
And I shoot myself.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill everyone and then myself.
It's not worth it anymore. But on reality, kids, seek help. But yes.
If you were someone you know is suffering.
All right, but you all right, so you guys head out. So yeah, you pass by the corpse of the guy you guys fought earlier with his
Oh,
snake
sample,
head still
sample,
remaining
samples.
there. Okay, yes, you stop for a moment as Gray has to collect samples. See him
Need to
peeling
see
off
what this-
certain scales. Make a nature check,
Neat.
Gray.
I can do exactly that, and I can fail at exactly that. That's an 8.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you get some scales. You try to see if you can get a bit of see what the poison's like from the tooth, but you don't seem to be trying to gain any of it, and you don't know where it's going to be on his body. You don't have the time for a full autopsy.
All right, so jump some scales.
Otherwise, at least, I mean, if you want to collect some endermic skin samples, then sure. But the rest of him looks pretty human.
How about Fang?
You can try to pry one off. You can make a strength check, see if you can pull it out.
What if I cast Shillelagh and beat it with Shillelagh?
That's gonna be a different story then. You can aim to hit.
He's already dead.
Claire's gonna
If you're
point
attempting to aim
her
for the
arm.
teeth, I'm gonna have you do a standard attack roll.
Okay.
It's like no advantage or disadvantage.
Oh, that's fine. No worries. That's with Shillelagh on, that's 23 to hit.
Okay, good. You're able to successfully whack at the tooth. You just kind of like golf club it out of there, like just as it kind of slides across the floor about 10 feet.
Oh, right in the sandpit. Oh, it's always a shine.
I gotta work on my teeth. All right. Pick it up.
All right, are you able to pocket
Ray,
that
have
then?
you taken all you can take?
Yeah, scales in the Fang for
Good.
experiments.
Then let us leave the hell of this wretched snake.
All right. You are a little quiet this week. All right. So then you guys head down. Inevitably, you so as you're walking down, you're kind of running into or you see a lot of a couple different doorways in your way up. As you kind of start to continue to walk around, you're walking around for about 20 minutes or so, and then you happen to see somewhat coming up, you start to see the corpse of the Snake Man again.
Wait, what do you mean by
Take
coming
the
up?
left, or did we
So
take
like
the
it's in
right?
front of you, but you can
Not
see
quite sure
it
which
pretty
way to
clearly
follow.
in front of you, like about maybe 20 feet away or so.
Oh, so we just circled around.
Yes, you guys actually never really told me what you were attempting to find down here. So I guess I didn't think to go through a doorway.
What were
You know what?
attempting to find?
You're fair.
What are
and,
you doing here, may I ask?
Uh,
I like to
no.
imagine he's just doing like weird poses like the entire time. He's like
Kind of,
doing
yeah.
anything.
He always
his
kind of
entire
has,
life.
yeah. He always kind of has that like, what are you doing here? And then when he
Johnny
walks, he does
Just
like,
imagine
Yeah,
Johnny
yeah,
Depp
yeah.
on Pirates of the Caribbean.
yes.
He's
I
doing Elena's idol from Street Fighter.
yes. I will defer to our most senior officer here,
Stand
Claire.
still. This is as still as I can stand.
Claire gives Claire gives him just the dirtiest look imaginable. It's just like, I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure you're the acting officer here, Doctor. Did I get that incorrect? I thought you had some semblance of an idea of what you were doing.
No. Well, one can say an officer's job is to delegate. So, Claire,
Much
Please tell the
disagreement
weird movie-
among you.
yeah, please tell the weird moving bird what we're doing here.
He starts to actually get like really, as you kind of are fighting, he is kind of getting like really close to your faces.
Oh god.
He's like got his eyes like squinted. He's kind of like,
Oh no. He took off the glasses for that. That's how serious.
I
it
well, I
was.
get shadow because of them. Get that brow shadow, so it doesn't help. Yeah, he just kind of this disagreement will make it very difficult for you to complete whatever it is your objective is.
I agree. I don't care who has the final word. Will somebody please tell what we're doing to this bird?
Wait. What are you doing to what bird? As he starts to somewhat back up a little more then.
Our
No, that's
easy. Our target is not to do anything to any birds. You are perfectly safe. You have been a great something, and we're glad that we have been able to develop this working relationship with you. Everything's just kind of screwy right now. You mentioned that you had ignored doors before. Was there, I don't know, is there any kind of like central unit or like a central headquarters to this building? Some place that would only be accessible through doorways?
Well, there are many things, but in terms of a central place, there's a big amount of tech hubs that a lot of these scavengers have been coming for in the main building. We're in the sub-building, so it's a little smaller, but nevertheless, there is value here. Hence why you saw Mr. Snake Man there. But it can be tricky to find. For example, we need stairs. I do know what those stairs are, as he turns around and starts
I was
walking.
I was just gonna say, do we need to find the stairs or make stairs?
Yeah.
I
If
feel
you
like
happen
said
to be
that.
a quick, constructive person, then sure, you can build the stairs, but we can use the ones that have been pre-installed for us anyway.
I think that's a great idea. Why don't you lead on? We will follow.
They'll
Alright,
kind of, as they'll inevitably get to a door right next to the room you guys were in that has been left open. He'll just kind of kick it open again, and the door will open, and you'll see just a set of stairs. We weren't far, really. You should have said this sooner, otherwise we didn't have to go in that circle. As he kind of starts going up the stairs. And he's doing like in that full, just like his wings and his arms are just kind of fully just like...
I don't know what I feel anymore. I'm a psychiatrist, and I don't know what even I'm feeling. It's truly baffling.
What are these emotions?
My schooling has failed. What am I anymore? And I just walk up the stairs.
So you guys with that are Enum, QR, Barth, and Varabel, you are so you've been resting in this room for a while. I don't know if you've been doing anything special during your short rest to kind of just,
Trying to avoid talking to QR at all costs.
well, luckily that's a decently inactive activity.
QR is talking incessantly.
Shutting down.
He is not noticing whether or not anyone is actually listening to him. He is just relaying thoughts out loud. He is also looking at his hand and kind of like moving it open and shut and kind of like examining it really closely.
You guys ever just look at what your hand does when you move? It's crazy,
My
man.
hands. They can touch everything but the... Oh, wait!
What was that from? I don't even remember.
Futurama.
Okay.
It was that, yeah. Yeah, I can touch everything but themselves. My God! So I need to double check what Bud's science skill is. Or what I'm using as a science skill, because there isn't technically one, but I need the finagle one. So I've just lumped it in with Arcana. So okay, that'll be pretty good for him.
Man, I know a couple triggers. They'll be like, "What?"
Yeah, I mean, because I didn't want to worry about like having like an adapted skill list or anything like that. To just make it simple for your character sheet to just decide to lump certain skills in with each other, but to make it work in a sci-fi realm.
Okay.
So like Arcana, obviously, it's like because especially a lot of the science in this realm is a lot of magical power to it. They share a lot of that commonality. Pretty much, if you're good at magic, you're pretty much good at science. Inherently, they have a linear relationship.
Makes sense.
But so that'll do well. So you'll see Barth kind of near the end of the rest, especially, really start kind of working away at the main computer. So kind of be continually trying to plug in certain like pads he's got, or a pad in certain areas, I should say. Seemingly trying to kind of establish some type of connection.
Excuse me, Barth.
Oh yes, QR, my friend.
If you don't mind me asking, I gotta know. Is there anything else you could tell me about what you did before you ended up here? Did you have a family, for instance?
Oh yeah, I moved out a long time ago though. They're back a little closer to the, they're a little more towards the Empire, but luckily a little bit more out of their space, but probably a little too close for comfort sometimes. But luckily their Empire's usually trying to fight its own battles. Don't really have to worry too much about them reaching outside their space. But yeah, eventually moved out. I actually didn't go too far from here, actually. Since we're not the farthest away from the Sepulture Star. I actually kind of lived out more around the planets, or kind of bordering that, or orbiting that, sorry. And inevitably then we joined up this anti-slavery coalition, and then about 3 months later, me and Variable got captured by Rothians to be slaves. So it really worked out for us, didn't it? He just kind of continues to go back towards the pad.
Do you think the Rothians
I'm sorry, you cut out there.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
There he is. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Everybody get that?
No, you
no.
cut
Yeah,
out
none
for
of
us.
it.
We alive? Dang it. QR asked him, do you think Rothians understand the concept of family?
Or love.
Baby, don't
Understand.
hurt.
No, we're not there yet.
Understand.
No,
Understand.
Not really. They really work more for, I can't even really say survival. Just, you know how scientists are, right? You work for one. The tower's got plenty of them, right? They learn. They want to understand. Well, Rothians are kind of like that, except instead of just understanding what they learn, they like to learn about something and then totally control it entirely and pound every existence of its uniqueness into the dust. So, kind of close, but a little different. Make sense?
I see. But I don't know if I fully understand.
The Rothians don't care about anyone or anything. They believe they're the most perfect beings on the planet and will destroy anything that doesn't fit to their mold. And they essentially have been on that conquest for, well, eons at this point.
Space Nazis.
That is very curious to me.
They do sound like space.
The impression that has been programmed for me is that perfection is impossible.
They don't believe
A
that.
reality that I find a bit more comforting.
But QR, how can you say that when you're perfect? Perfectly stupid.
Ah! Fucking got him.
From afar, Grace like, oh man, that was a sick burn. What?
What? And that was a sick
Psych.
burn. What am I
That's
talking
the
about?
wrong number. Oh.
And then Claire got a nosebleed.
Yeah, he just killed himself.
Explodes.
Yeah. We need a burn unit.
It's like the
Stat.
it's like the robotic car salesman. Not only explode if I get mildly surprised. Oh, we've actually met before. What? So
Enum.
Yes.
Futurama references.
Yeah, man. There's
I gotta be honest. I'm sensing a little bit of hostility in regards to that subject. Would you consider yourself to be a perfect being?
No. I don't have the hubris for that.
Yo, hubris.
Who is hubris?
Tell me his name.
I'll tell you when you're older, QR.
Is he shaped like a friend?
like a what?
Is he shaped
Bread.
like a friend?
Oh,
Oh, I thought you said bread.
Yeah,
I
I thought you
also
said
heard
bread
bread.
too. I totally also thought you said bread.
I thought he was
Amazing.
going off some weird "is he bigger than a bread box" bit.
QR, I think you knowing hubris would make the most fearful, horrible creature known to man.
It's for the safety of the universe.
Yeah.
As you'll kind of see Barth
I'll
kind of
take your word for it. You've
Oh.
always been very smart.
you kind of see Barth bang on the desk, or the kind of next to the counter, I guess, whatever the hell this kind of setup would be. Massive supercomputer.
Both of them.
Doesn't really have a keyboard. Doesn't really have a pure desk, but
Just banging on the desk.
I go.
Hanging on the desk, room floor.
I can't establish any communications here. We're gonna need to find some other way out, or we're gonna have to find some other computer. I doubt there's another one in this building. There's the other buildings. I guess there's the big one. I imagine that is going to be some home of a main hub. Just throwing it out there.
Yes, wherever this main hub is located, we should move there as soon as possible.
I guess hopefully maybe we'll seemingly find out if whatever that noise was another time. So as you guys go up the stairs,
Meanwhile,
led by Vartelis, you'll kind of see him go up to a doorway as you kind of get up towards the top of the stairs, and he'll kind of be you'll kind of see him pressed up against the doorway, like the side of the door. And he'll kind of be like, he'll have like his head turned towards the doorway itself.
Martellus, what do you see?
you are right there, Chief.
What do you see with your strange weirdo eyes?
Guns that move.
Rory.
Oh.
Oh,
Claire's gonna
oh,
shift
shit.
over, lean up against the wall, arming her arm.
I've got
holding
this.
it out like this.
Like Samus?
Around?
Is that what?
little more like I'm trying to think of exactly who, because I was gonna say
It's
Boba
emulating
Fett,
a longbow,
but
right?
the one in his arm is only like, yeah, so it's
Nero.
a little more
Yeah.
like certain
Nero.
iterations of Van Helsing.
Yeah, something like that.
Good shit.
Finally, a Van Helsing reference. We've only been waiting like 45 episodes for that.
Certain ones. This is not Hugh Jackman.
We
Van
can
Helsing.
shut it down now. We're done.
Yeah,
Hugh
that's what
Jackman
people
Van
wanted.
Helsing was a little different. Didn't have it in like a gauntlet. He had the pure
It was too
big
good for us.
crossbow.
We didn't appreciate it when we should have.
We did. I'll get to that. That's another topic for another time, though.
We'll talk about that another day.
For now,
Yeah,
You guys
For
are
now,
looking into a
Thanos said
room.
nothing wrong, but yeah.
Anybody kind of look into the room?
Claire is going to like
Uh,
motion to Gray. She's gonna be like,
anybody that wishes to peek into the room, you can make the attempt to. The
I'm
perception
being
check.
told to peek in the room, so I'm gonna peek in the room.
Make perception checks.
All right, time to die.
And this is it.
I'm readying my arm so that if anything attacks him, I am immediately firing upon it.
She should just
Okay,
join
so
in and just shoot him. Shoot me.
You're holding, you're readying
Put me
in
off my
action,
misery.
as
Yep.
the people say, as the kids say.
Oh man. 15, by the way.
All right, 15. Avant, were you peeking in?
No.
Okay. So
There's
you.
no sun in there.
Is there?
Hey, there's a window there. With
There's
the
some
sun.
lights. Hard to tell. Doesn't seem too sunlight. It's not blinding, so definitely doesn't seem to be pure sunlight. At least the ones you're seeing so far. But you don't seem to see anything in there.
I don't see anything in there. It's an everyday occurrence, and you should probably get that looked at. But
You should get that
Doctor in the
looked at.
house.
Imagine talking to a doctor in real life and them just telling you to your face, you should probably get that looked at. That's why it's like talking to you. They're like, no, you should go get that looked at somewhere else. Like, oh, it's one of
He's a
those.
psychiatrist. It's a different type of doctor.
He's still got a piece of paper on his wall that counts.
sure, yeah.
He had to
it's like,
take biology classes.
Yeah.
This is how Claire looks at it.
I'm just gonna prescribe you 10 things of fucking OxyContin, and you're good.
As a
Leave my office,
psychiatrist,
please.
I'm not inherently qualified to write a prescription for pain medications, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because who needs to put their license at risk?
Oh, psychiatrists can still issue medications, but that's irrelevant. That's not.
They can
that's not
issue
what's happening right now. We're gonna get
medications.
shot.
Pain medications are different.
Oh, cool. All right, you're the actual pharmacist.
They can issue a tasty Scotch rocks, but that's for a conversation for another time.
All right, but yeah, so I see nothing.
Yes, you don't see. You see a room. You see an empty room. Like there's a table flipped over. There's other furniture that's like flipped around. There's like screens that are knocked off. There's stands that are just kind of hanging and staticked out. Some are somewhat seemingly operating actually.
So it must be around here somewhere.
You just kind of see images of the hallways though with it.
Well, there's some activity over there, but I don't see any guns. I look back at whatever his fucking name is, Vitalis. I look back at the other Birdman.
There can be only one.
Yes, I look at Bart.
Peck, peck at him.
Hold on, Bart.
There
Steph
is
asked Bart.
more than meets the eye.
Transformers.
All
That
right.
is a really menacing thing to say right now.
It is. All right. So, what would you propose we do?
There's not much for way around. Unless you have a way to dig underground. Do you?
Actually, what's the ground look like here?
That's the rhyme.
Well, a lot of the walls are and the floors are metal.
Fuck.
I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
In
I know
game,
exactly what you're thinking.
Claire's like, I don't know what you expected. I mean, we're in a top secret facility
They just have dirt
surrounded by
around.
snow.
Oh man.
Did you expect a grass patch in the lounge? Like, what were you aiming for?
You know what, Claire? I kind of did. I'm sorry. This place is far more developed than I initially thought.
Yes. Well. So.
All right, there's only one thing to do. This is gonna suck, but hey, It'll be funny. I'm gonna wall shape into an elk and dash in there.
All right, you just see it turn into a deer, and you just kind of like as they will both fire at you.
Oh, neat.
You got me there.
Does a 16 hit you?
With the elk's DC, yes.
Cool. So then the 17 will also hit you.
Yes, both will hit.
All
All right, I'm firing at whatever this is.
So from the ceiling, you will see from one kind of around. It was around a kind of in front of, like, I guess what was kind of a bar area where you saw a lot of those screens, and then from right at the doorway in front of the rest of you, you see two kind of literally just look like rifles with two bipedal legs drop down from the ceiling. As one will deal 11 damage to you.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, sorry. I don't need to roll the hit. I already did that.
Yeah.
And the other one will do 10
No, go
damage
ahead.
to you.
10 damage?
Yes. I rolled very high on both of them. I'm sorry.
Alright, second shot takes me out elk form.
Yeah, at least you're wild shaped in a way that actually does help you a lot.
Ow.
It's, yeah, you'll see them kind of drop, or you'll see them fire first and then drop.
Alright, they're flushed out. Kill them.
All right, everyone roll initiative. Well, except for Enum.
Oh no.
QR.
It makes sense because I just got shot.
Actually,
Oh,
but
that's okay.
QR and Enum, you can roll me a perception check.
If you hear hurt elk noises.
That is a 12.
14.
QR, you are able to hear as you guys are kind of starting to leave the computer room that you're able to hear the like 2 gunshots fire off. They were a little dampened probably because of the doorway, but
And
you are
every
able to suddenly hear 2 of the booms.
and my loud elk cry.
What's going
Probably
on?
sound
Everyone?
louder than a bullet.
I have heard the sound of gunfire.
Yes, I did too. I don't know what to do about that, though. We clearly cannot take those turrets on our own.
Perhaps we should investigate to see if they are still firing upon the poor person we left in there earlier.
Well, and then I guess on the plus side, if we do check the room, if it's not a place we want to enter into, we could just close the door again. So it
That's
is
true.
no harm, no
Might as
foul.
might as well just poke our heads out.
All right, roll initiative then.
Meanwhile, me on the ground.
So now, Dylan, you get to do initiative as 2 characters.
Hey.
I got 16.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll kind of ask for each
Yeah.
here, as I will give them their
Trust me. Dylan, it's a
proper
lot of fun. You'll
initiatives.
enjoy it.
All right, so there's is 7. All right. So
This is where the
16
fun
for
begins.
Enum.
Yep, 16.
All right. All right, and then for Claire, what was your roll?
That was 15.
15. All right. All right, and then Avant.
I have 20 total.
Ooh.
Ooh. Good shit, Alvon.
Gray.
I got my IQ score.
You got a 0?
I don't think you can roll that.
I mean, you can get a 0, technically. It's
yeah,
possible.
But I got a 4. Almost had a natural one, Marshall,
Almost.
and I would have died.
Very potentially. The possibility is out there. Boo-doo-doo-doo.
More you know.
Damn. Vartelis. Just truly showing the initiative. 22.
Oh wow.
All right. And so let's see. QR, what was that roll?
20 total.
All right. 20 total. Let's see. Between the two of you. So Avant will go first because he's got the higher dex. Let's see. All right. So then-
I never grabbed an item or like a weapon. I just realized
Your fists are your weapons.
they are now.
I mean, if you didn't write it, you can.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
You would have. I mean, you would have always had like a martial weapon, so you can always add. You can add one now to your equipment list
Okay.
if you want.
Yeah, I think I just forgot to add that. What
yeah.
even would a martial weapon be?
So you can. So if you look at the equipment, you can go.
Probably
Essentially,
just
your
classes,
best way
I'd
of
say.
looking at it is you can just go to equipment and like when you hit manage equipment, you can just hit proficient and common, and then hit weapon, and you can just pick anything from that list.
Ah, okay.
Because once you check mark proficient and common, it's everything
yeah.
you're able to use,
I
and then it's not magical because you didn't check the magical box.
will take
You're good.
a battle axe.
There you go. All right, let's see. Sorting initiatives are fun.
Yeah.
Barth just
Yeah.
barely beats out Gray.
Yeah.
That's
last
impressive.
Can we go over to
Verabel. All right.
Oh, last two go. Last two go.
All
I'm gonna
right,
make myself
and
comfortable.
let's see. That one shall see. So that's going to be. Ooh, that one's pretty good.
Oh no.
All right. So first up will be Vartelis, who shall
Not
Yeah.
pots.
do with a guy lie to you, as he will kind of just smack his quarterstaff and smack the one in front of him. He'll definitely hit. Oh no, he's two-hand in this. Ooh, which does a nice, cool 6 damage. All right. All right, so it does 6 damage. So that makes it down to that. All right, then next up is Avant. There is a turret right at the doorway in front of you.
All right,
There's one in the distance.
Where's Gray? Did he come back into the room?
No, he just got shot in the middle of the room and then reverted back to human form.
I'm on the ground saying, I got shot.
I've been hit. I'm hit.
So there's
I'm
a
hit.
there's a turret in between me and him.
Yeah, it's like right in front of the doorway that you guys are standing at.
I'm yelling for medic, and I realize, oh wait.
That's me. No.
Yeah, fuck.
All right. Then I'm gonna have to take care of this turret first. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that then. At the turret, I'm just gonna hit it.
What you gonna hit it with?
My mace.
All right. Smack it.
Do it.
Smack it.
Smack it.
Clap.
That is a 15 to hit it.
That will hit.
Yay.
Squawk like a bird as you do it. Perfect. I can die happy now. Marshall, you can kill Gray now.
That is 5 damage.
All right. 5 damage is damage. All right. QR. So you could kind of tell that the sounds seem to be coming from the room, and obviously, and so you're about from the room to this kind of, you're in the hallway. You guys got to the hallway outside of the computer room, so it's going to take about 40 feet to get to the door.
All right, in that case, Kiara is going to move to open the door, and try to fire into the room from the doorway,
All right. So you'll
aiming at the closest turret.
Okay, so since it's 40 feet away, if you just use your normal movement, you will essentially just get to near the front of the switch.
A Nintendo Switch.
Oh, that was just no.
It was force.
Just terrible.
I'll stand by it. I'll stand by it though.
I'll die by this joke. So yeah, so if you want, you can just get up to the door, or you could dash just to get ready to hit the button.
Okay, so I would need to dash in order to actually get to the door.
Yeah, to reach the doorway / the button of the doorway.
All right, then in that case, I will dash all the way over to the door itself, and I'm not gonna go inside, but I'm gonna bash the button to open the door and be set off to the side, but ready to run in on my next turn.
All right, so get ready for that then. Try to think. It's a little more than that. Okay. So that would be that term. Edom. It's that one. It is. You've watched QR kind of run to the door, kind of prep the door up. Ooh.
Whoa.
Discord
Whoa.
just kind of reloaded for me there.
Yeah.
But yes, you kind of see a QR run up to the door, kind of prep its opening.
Everything good?
What? Hello?
What?
Oh no.
Hey, hello?
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
Ooh.
Everybody disappeared for a second.
All right, so yes, Edom.
Y'all
You
good?
saw him do that.
Yeah, I guess I'll kind of follow in suit, to go next to the door.
Okay.
So you'll kind of dash up to the door, prepare for action.
Action.
Claire, it is your turn.
All right. I said before I was going to shoot at anything the moment that it attacked Grayson, so
Oh yes, I
am
you should
gonna
call me on that.
friggin'
You
do
had
that.
you had a ready action, so I'll tell you what. We'll do this post-mortem because it was my
Mhm.
bad. Make your held action attack now, and then you'll actually do your turn. This wouldn't stop Gray from getting damaged, but it would potentially could have given a killing blow to someone else. So we'll just take I'll let you make an attack roll from your held action, and then I'll let you do your turn. Uh-oh.
Bad music.
Is QR about to have a nosebleed?
Yeah, I know.
So
We go into the
for
chart.
that first attack roll that I just rolled, that was a natural one.
Woohoo!
Hey!
To the chart.
Oh no.
Let me roll my percentage.
Let me roll my percentiles. On the plus side, you'll get an immediate ability to try to potentially, hopefully.
Ooh, interesting.
What is your roll?
44.
44.
He gets 50,000 gold and raises 10 levels.
Nice.
Oh no.
Yes! Yes!
We nosebleed. We
5-0.
nosebleed now.
5-0.
No. But
Oh no.
you see, those of you by the doorway see Claire vanish. Claire, you
Oh
pop
my
up
god.
in
Again?
front of two Vex looking at a closed doorway.
Claire's
And they're
immediately
they're
gonna
like one is
reach
like
arm up,
hitting the door, like one's like hitting the door as he's like got a weapon pointed at the door. The other one's got a big axe pointed at the door. They're like ready to look at it, and you're just
So
pop up behind them.
So I'm behind them. Okay.
Yeah.
Do they see me pop in, or are they too focused on the door right now?
At the moment, they don't seem to notice they haven't immediately noticed your presence.
Who are you? Don't move. Nobody move.
Ida and QR, you hear this noise behind you. A voice is speaking to you.
I turn to look, and I'm like, Claire? There's only one weird Irish person in this
you
galaxy.
do not recognize QR, Claire. Or not, sorry, you recognize Edom. You never met QR.
We get the one Irish person, no one else.
Yeah.
As far as we're aware of, Ireland does not exist
Yeah.
in this world.
Yes. All right,
As
Dylan.
it
You know what
should
to
be.
do. Talk to yourself, Dylan. Talk to yourself, Dylan.
One minute, I
Switching back-
recognize you. She points at Enum. Enum, what are you doing here? Who's that?
Existential.
Pointing at the other Vex.
Who is
Oh,
the
you can
other
go
robot?
ahead and shoot him if you want.
Oh no.
Oh,
She
no.
will. She'll do it.
This is QR. You can feel free. Blast away.
Is the door still closed, right?
Yeah, it hasn't opened yet.
Sounds so far away.
It's like
Yes.
on the ground.
My mouse is stupid sometimes.
Well, we weren't gonna say anything, but we love you all the same.
Yeah.
Okay. But yes. It hasn't opened quite yet. Ooh, that feel when the guy with the worst connection gets the two characters.
Okay. Yeah, Discord is just dying. The door's still closed, right? That's the question I was asking.
Yeah, it has not yet opened.
Okay. QR is going to pause for a moment. He's gonna turn around and look. He rotates around to face Claire and starts walking towards her. And extends his hand out and says, "Hi,
Well,
it is a pleasure to meet you. My name is QR."
all right. I will. So it's Claire's turn currently. I want to keep the note in that. So we'll limit you to that action. Out of turn
Okay, that's-
action, but you
That's
are.
actually fair. Yeah.
Yeah, say, you're currently in Claire's turn, but it is Claire's turn still.
Yes. Okay. Claire is not gonna shoot either of them.
Okay.
Yet.
I know. But she's not gonna shoot either of them. Because they haven't opened the door yet at all. So.
No. All right. So you just gotta kind of wait then.
Yeah, I think she's gonna wait.
As a kind of hulking Vect will kind of stumble up from
Yeah.
behind you, Claire, behind there, obviously, Hugh and Enum. as he'll just go, "Who is girl?"
One of our associates from our work.
I was hoping for something.
Oh, good lord.
Slightly.
There's 3 of them now. Oh, God. I must be
Yeah.
saying things.
Let it pass. I wanted to have one interaction because it'd be really funny, but
Yeah.
That's
you
what
can't
get for
force
your
it.
remarks.
You can't force it. You gotta let them come.
He's
You
a
gotta let
friend
the
from
moment come
work.
to you.
That's what you get for hoping, Marshall.
Yes. And still kind of wait there. Let's see. So the turret by the bar is gonna kind of now be able to see or behind you. So it is going to. It's going to start to move. So, Avant, you can get an attack of opportunity on it as the turret in front of you is starting to move.
That's an 18 hit.
All right, you will hit. You may roll for damage.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh,
that
man,
is
oh,
6
jeez.
Hooey.
Oh, jeez.
6 total damage.
All right. Still up. It starts to kind of walk about 10 feet from you and then kind of goes towards a wall to your right. Because there's a wall really close to this doorway. And it kind of starts to climb up then. As then it takes a shot at you, Avant. And I imagine that's going to hit you with a 22.
Oh, man. Avant.
Oh, Avant.
That'll be hit you for 6 damage.
Avant, no.
I don't know what you're worried about. I'm fine.
He says not fine.
Q, it's always sunny. Avant was not fine.
Yeah.
All right, as then the other turret is going to take a shot at you, Gray.
I'm prone on the ground.
That's good, because it really needed that advantage. Wow.
Wait, is it doing a range attack?
Well, I guess then it's the first attack, so it fails.
Yeah. No, if it's a range attack, it's disadvantage.
While you're prone
Yeah.
in
Range
the middle
attacks
of
have
in the
disadvantage.
middle of a room.
Yeah. Unless it's like right up next to me, it gets disadvantage.
It's a very weird rule.
Yeah, it's prone, man.
It's just weird. It's like I am in
Yeah.
the desert. Nothing can hit me on the ground.
Yeah.
Even the
No,
laser
it's
guided turret that is meant to target a specific creature. All right, cool. Then it gets the one that it got anyway. It was going to miss you no matter what.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure.
No matter what, it
definitely-
failed.
I'm deathly afraid of bullets, it seems.
How does this work? It is the weapon.
What? Did it just blow up?
It seems to misfire, and so it seems to kind of jam up as it kind of points at the ground. You kind of see it shimmying a little bit.
It's trying to unload. Oh my god. It's trying to unjam itself.
You could guess.
No.
As seemingly for Claire, behind the large Vect, you'll see I guess average height Genasi fellow come up to you, or come up behind him. Where did you come from?
Where did I come from? Where did you all come from?
Hey, we were here.
I
for-
was in.
We're the one coming out of
I
nowhere.
was here with a search party, robot, probably one of these two, and suddenly I popped and I ended up in a room with you guys instead. My teammates are being attacked right now by some kind of turret or something.
Ah, so so you were on the other side of this door. Interesting. You engaged the turrets. Fascinating. Why are QR? Why is everything teleporting out of your back? We've had Enum, and we've had this young lady here. You said female, right?
That is a woman, right? I have no idea.
Well, I guess I shouldn't be asking him. He only denotes by biology. He doesn't actually denote by any personal preference.
What is going on? Discord blanked
I
out.
was like, he was like, I shouldn't ask Farabelle. He can only determine things by biology. He doesn't know any personal preference.
Mm.
A shame, really.
He doesn't see color because he only sees in black and white.
Jesus.
He does not have colored vision. I do not support colored vision.
Virgo, man, we gotta have a talk later.
It's a man.
I cannot discern color.
Thus, it does not exist.
It's... Anyway. Yes, so... Well, anyway, here. So you'll kind of see a somewhat ghostly hand reach towards the door and push it open. As you'll see the door open with your companion still laying on the ground.
Here we go.
You can actually, from this angle, you can see the turret pointing at the ground, just kind of fidgeting around. It's kind of like, great, it's your turn.
Oh, neat. Door opens and I see everybody there.
Yeah, so you're actually relatively close. You're really only about, you got out about 20 feet, and then you're about an extra 20 feet from the door.
Okay. Cool.
From door to door, there really actually wasn't a lot of space.
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 However, it was enough for you to get shot twice.
That's very true. Yeah, you're not wrong there, and I'll give you that one. Well, let me look at my options here. I can see
An escape.
I see
One gun jammed, pointing at the ground. The other one in the sky, pointing at your companion. Well, it's not in the sky, but it's attached to the ceiling.
In the sky.
How high up in the ceiling?
The ceiling really only seems to reach about 20 feet.
Oh, fuck. Too high. All right, so we're going to do this. I'm gonna look at Claire and recognizing the fact that she provided cover to me last time.
And you see QR.
Holy
And
shit,
Enum.
it's QR.
And Enum.
And Enum. You're all alive. That's so wonderful.
The whole game.
Ah, this is good shot.
I'm dying.
I'm gonna say that right now while I still have a human mouth. And I point my quarterstaff at Claire and use an evolutionary die to improve her dexterity by 2.
Nice.
Ooh.
So you basically have a +1 to
Whatever
dexterity.
Hey.
space things you have.
Yeah, and that's a bonus action. And as an action, I'm going to turn into a boar. A
Nice.
Rogian boar.
Nice.
Well, that's boring.
Ba-da-ba.
And I'm going to go up against the jammed gun.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm out prone. I'm just next to in melee.
Yes. You may attack.
And that's all I can do.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
my
You
turn.
had to. That's right. It's an action for you to wild shape.
Yep.
You're not Circle of the Moon.
No, man. Circle of the Obelisk.
Obelisk.
Evolution.
Is it a tormentor?
We'll find out. We'll see how well this class is.
All right. Well, as Vertellus will. That isn't good.
See if you turn into a pig. That is good.
Well, I'm glad we found the doorway. However, as he will kind of bump out from the side here, as he will slightly go into the room, but then cast a spell towards. Let's see if he hits. No, he's going to critically fail. That's really unfortunate.
Oh, hey! He disappears and reappears and QR's back.
Let's find out. 73, huh? Oh, no. Oh, no. Wait. But that's technically
Don't you
better.
hold out on us.
No, it's confusing. It's like your 2 hit. I guess it's not. His 2 hits 5, so his 2 hit drops to 4. He just whiffs, and you just kind of see him go like, "Damn it!" This kind of gets a little sad.
How could this happen to me?
I thought he was gonna start like blowing away.
Right? Recorder starts playing in the back.
Yeah, no, he just
starts,
sends
like,
this
fading
really
out of
wild,
existence.
like, just bolt of light to like nowhere.
All around me are familiar
All about.
faces.
Everything goes black and white.
Your turn. This is I think the most full initiative I think I've had
Yeah.
for either campaigns.
So Gray's still around?
I'm a boar now.
You saw he would get to about 20 feet in the room, turned into a boar. Well, it got
The
shot,
Calamity Grayson.
turned away from the elk,
Hey.
then became a boar, and then now is about an extra 20 feet towards the other gun.
Alright, the one that fired at me, how far away is that one?
It's about 20 feet on the ceiling, but about like 10 to 20 up. 10 forward, 20 up.
I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on him.
All right, do it.
Let's
Do it.
see.
Need to make a dexterity throw. That's gonna be a 20.
Alright, well, never mind that.
It was an unfortunate roll for you. For you.
How unfortunate.
For you. Dun, dun.
I'll say on that. So yeah, that's all I got. Just a huge whiff.
When you disappoint Soldier Boy.
10-hour compilation of the build-up.
Oh my god.
No, that's all I got.
Alright. QR, it is your turn.
Sorry, I'm laughing a little bit. QR is
Oh, no.
Oh. Oh no.
ah,
Oh.
now it is his turn to die for a bit.
My emotions.
So what do you do?
QR is going to. He looks over at this. Whoever the heck this lady is that he was going to introduce himself to. He notices that she is like got her Gabospherium weapon out and ready to go. And so he's like, that seems like a good idea. And he's gonna also ready like a longbow style projectile attack. He is going to aim and fire at the turret on the ceiling.
Alright, you'll have to get into the room a bit to see it.
Then that is what he'll do.
Okay.
He'll move
That's fine.
probably about 5-10 feet into the room.
Make your attack
then-
roll.
Make an attack roll. Oh, I got scared. That looked like a 1, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got spooked.
Got
Let's
swoop.
see here. gonna be a long one.
A little bit of
5. That's gonna be a 16.
Ooh, that will just hit.
Nice. And then I need to roll.
Not just hit, but, you know, pretty close.
That could have been better. 5 points of damage.
It explodes.
Oh yay!
Tiny
Yay.
explosion, but an explosion nonetheless.
Let's go big boom.
That was little boom.
I like that. It's good.
And,
Next turn.
And almost to that, to the level of that one, all of a sudden, a semi-beefier turret lands on the ground. This one with 3 legs.
Oh god.
my
I
God.
know.
Oh god.
A gun tripod.
Yes, as it sees you, QR,
A
Why you gotta
trigon.
do me like this?
Only-
and fires at you. All right. Well, that probably. I feel like that likely won't hit. It's on an 11.
11. Yeah, it's totally gonna miss.
All right. It's seemingly a somewhat beefier round, but it misses you nonetheless.
But I'm a beefier boy.
That's right. Enum, you've heard kind of from the inside of the room. You can't see it, but you can see just like you heard just kind of a and then a big round fire.
Hub.
Beefier than the other 2 gunshots you've heard before.
Wow.
Nice.
I mean, I don't really have any ranged attacks, so I guess if I want to attack them,
Time to
Like-
blaze in.
I'm gonna fucking run it. Is
Do what barbarians do.
All right, so I see Enum's or QR's face, and I just get real mad, so I'm gonna rage.
Yay.
The best reason to go to a raid.
It just pisses me off really bad.
Alright.
The odd couple.
All right, so I'm gonna like run in, try to attack whichever one's closest.
All right. So as you kind of walk in, it totally takes you the 5 feet to get because you're about sharing your space with QR earlier. You see for about 15 feet in front of you this kind of larger tripedal gun robot. And farther down, you see the boar that is attacking the other or fronting on the other one.
I guess I'll attack the
Run.
big one since
Right.
that's closest, right?
All right. You can go for it. Make your
Alright.
swing.
1 second, I need to like resize Discord. Okay. Oh no.
You can
Oh, do I
reckless
get
attack.
plus?
You always
What do I
have
get
the
plus?
option to reckless attack.
What does that do?
You essentially give yourself advantage, but you also take an advantage on the attacks against you. But you're a barbarian. Who cares?
Sure,
Beefy
I'll do
boys
that.
take damage.
I'll reckless
Big
attack. 'cause
boys
that
make
was
big
not,
noise.
That was not
Exactly.
the best. It's plus my strength or attack
So,
rolls. What did I get?
Yeah,
plus?
so your attack. So I mean, it should be calculated for you, but yeah, your hit
Oh yeah, plus
is going to
5.
be
Yeah.
plus 5.
That
So
was
but
a
both,
13.
yeah, you can.
18 then.
That will just hit.
Okay. D8. Where are you? I think.
What are you
yes.
using? What weapon did you pick?
My battle axe.
Oh, battle axe. Okay.
That is 13 damage.
13 damage.
Oh wait, it says 1d8 plus 3, but then beneath that it says 1d10 plus
It's if
3.
you are so you can have it's versatile, so you can use 2 hands, and you can do the extra. You can do the D10.
Oh, okay.
So
I mean, I guess I could try that, but I'd have to
Yeah.
re-roll.
no, it's fine.
All
Or
right.
you have to reroll the damage. Yes, you don't have to reroll the attack. Sorry. you have to do you would have to roll the D10 obviously.
Nah, I'm
So
happy
it's-
with that
right.
attack right now.
But so you know in the future at least. So 13 damage you said?
Okay. Yep.
Awesome.
Ah,
Big swing.
yeah. You boy. And that'll be it.
All right. Damn, that was a lot of damage.
Yeah, I got the highest possible damage I could ever
Yeah.
get. So.
Dang. How about that? Claire, it's your turn.
Right, I'm gonna go ahead and fire at that really big turret thingy.
All right, you will have to take for you. It's about 10 feet in to the
All
door.
right, I'm gonna walk 10 feet in. I'm gonna bunker down next to this other robot that I've just met, and I'm gonna fire at the big turret. Going all in, longbow.
Fire.
That's all right. What is clear attack then? That's gonna be +5. Okay, 15.
That will miss. It seems to just seems to flick off the armor plating. And then Varabel will go. He will also charge his way in here. So he will walk up next to the boar man, or I guess just he's a boar, but he was a man once. Now he's boar. So you're gonna see
Settle down,
a quite
Trogdor.
large robot, especially for the size you're currently at. I'll just run up behind you and try to just slam at this. And he's gonna crit.
Yeah.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
him up.
And he's using the Great Axe.
Fuck him up.
The one use of the D12 outside of the
Yeah.
barbarian's hit dice.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. With just on the roll alone, he destroys this robot because of the crit. So yeah, you just see. So Gray, you just see like charging behind you, just this big like hulking Vect, just run up, just with a big axe, just slam down and just crush this turret in front of you.
Come on and
Now,
slay it. And welcome
did it-
to the jam.
Now, did it look like it meant to attack this creature, or did it look like
Yes,
It
you
just
see
attacked-
it just exuding.
so they avoided
Sicko
me
mode.
and went for this?
Give me
thing?
the loot.
All right, Gray says,
Give me the loot.
And so that one's dead. It's Barth's turn. He will move over. Wow, he's going to crit on the large robot.
Nice.
That's right, that's nice. That is
I tried to show him.
let's see. Remember the damage of this attack.
"That's a lot of damage."
That is a lot of
I
damage.
sawed this turret in half.
Oh, that's right. This also does the D12. Forgot which bolt does that. Wow, that one was way more underwhelming. His crit was a solid 4. Awesome.
Ooh.
But you just see a stream of lightning go off towards it.
Na, 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 na.
Ka-chow. Okay. As so that was that part was unfortunate. Great, it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Yes. So the robot
the-
in front of you just got demolished, but there is a larger robot behind you.
Is it directly behind me, or is there still space?
Oh yeah, no, it's like you're like 15 feet away from it.
Neat. I'm gonna go a further 5 feet away from it,
I'll be right back.
and then I'm charging this motherfucker.
So you take that step back and you're like,
Yeah, pretty much.
all right.
Side B that mofo.
All right. I'm looking at this. All right. Let's see if this hits. I'm gonna hit it with a tusk. Please tell me 21 hits.
Yes, it is.
Tusken Raiders.
Wonderful. I get to do an extra D6 damage. All right. That's gonna be it's gonna be a good 9 damage, and it needs to make a DC 11 strength saving throw.
No, it doesn't. Because it's disabled. It seems to just rip your tusk right into the power core.
Oh.
It's just like, brrr.
I in victory I say,
as the gun parts fall to the ground. Parts become dormant, and the battle is over.
Is it?
I had to try one more time just to make sure it's dead.
Brr.
Double tap.
You ever seen a boar double tap?
Yep.
Bennett, you missed it. The boar went sicko mode.
Good lord.
Ah. And then I just look at the rest of the party.
I tried to show.
Yes, good old sicko mode.
And so everybody who's looking for flavor, this boar is slightly bluish in color.
For all those wondering.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
All right. So does
So
anyone
glad
besides
for you.
Pumbaa want to tell me what's going on right now?
I look as offended as I can as a boar.
Just furrow the brow, just like.
Oh man.
I have about as much questions. Though I don't mean to insult you, Lux. You did a fine job, Mr. Boar. Yes, those who have been lost are now found. The discoveries are to be had. As he kind of starts as Vartelis is mystically walking to the door. Isn't that right? As he points kind of outside the door. As anybody kind of in the doorway, as you turn around to look, the main doorway, not the one you by the stairs, you're able to see a man dressed in somewhat of a security outfit, trying to kind of like mid sneak step away from down the hallway, kind of exiting another doorway.
Who is that?
Ah, that's the fake security man we fought earlier. QR knocked him out. He seems to have regained consciousness.
I start doing the thing where I'm like stamping my hoof down in preparation for a charge.
Ah, look, we ain't gotta worry about that no longer, shall we? It's good. Just starts running.
QR.
All right, I book it. I book it after him. I might let you know my speed's 40 right now.
Interesting. What was QR going to do?
QR was going to hold up a hand to say, "Sir, I know things seem complicated right now, but it would mean a lot to me if you were to stop for a moment and we could talk this out." And he's gone.
So it's all right. I will have you see. I'll give him. I'm gonna have you make this. I'll give him more of the chance to try to make essentially a athletics roll for his ability to potentially use his adrenaline to gain some extra speed.
Okay.
He does not.
Oh,
So he seems to get to the door, kind of get stuck as you run him down.
Mm-hmm. Non-lethally, I'm gonna jab my tusk into the back of his knee.
All right, that'll hurt like
This
a
will
bitch.
go well.
Roll it.
All right.
Is this the same non-lethally as QR's non-lethally? Because if so,
18 to hit.
That will hit.
All right. Technically, did I move more than 20 feet?
Yes, very much.
All right. Wonderful. Oh no. That's 11 non-lethal damage.
Ah! As he screams, and then seemingly the screams go quiet.
I'm gonna at that point revert form. Like, oh shit, not again. Pull out Hero's Kit and start stabilizing.
Well, he's stable.
Yes.
He's just
I'm
unconscious.
just making sure.
Yes. Well, I'm telling you, he's stable. It's you guys all kind of are watching as the boar runs down, and then you just hear a shriek in pain that kind of goes away.
And you just hear me say, "Oh shit."
Oh no, not again.
I got him.
Huh. He's an effective boar now, isn't he?
He's not dead.
I'm not dead yet.
Excellent.
I can tell you that. I'm a doctor.
I feel fine.
Come on, we must go to the larger building. I feel I know what it is that you seek. He starts to kind of just wiggle his way down the hallway.
I don't know who this person is, but I immediately trust them.
Perfect.
Oh no. I'm walking in with a fireman carrying this this unconscious man.
Who is that? I'll take QR's trust in a way, but you, is pointing at you, Avant. You're the Jadasi fellow is pointing at you. Who is that guy? You were with him?
You mean you did not hear the word?
No. I hate you. Do you just do that and then go down the hallway?
Yes.
That'd be
Message
great if you just
received.
ignore him. You just go right by him, just like.
Well, I'll shout over my shoulder. Just follow that bird.
You got me there.
Well,
No, that's a subtle joke.
well, what was your name, Miss? Sorry.
Alright, name is Claire Ferris. Pleasure to meet you, I suppose, though I suppose circumstances could be a little bit better.
Let's follow the bird. My name is Barthaken Luis. My large vect friend is Veribel.
Right, so Veribel is not the one that I'm helping these guys trying to find, right? It's actually this tall boy over here.
You were talking about having missed QR. Is it QR that is this the group you were with?
Yes.
Oh,
As a matter of fact, it is.
Yep. You say Bennett, you're muted. I think.
The
There you
My
go.
bad, I am.
There you go.
realization.
There you
Eno
go.
is so excited he can't even speak.
But yes, this is the group I'm with. Unfortunately,
Okay, so no, QR is the one they were looking for. And so kind of start
Yes.
guiding you all down the hallway.
Right, well then, I am going to keep a very close eye on QR, was it? Yes, it was. In fact, my full designation is QRWD.
Oh, no.
Are you serious? Are you serious right now? OLYH Mark III. But you can call me QR.
You were wondering.
You know
when.
what? That is exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna call you QR, and we're all gonna be okay with that.
I told you he's the worst.
Barth is
You
just kind of
stay
suddenly
close
like,
to me.
for some reason my head hurts.
Hey, can someone else take this body?
Featuring
As
Dylan's one-man
a
show.
variable, the large vect fellow will walk up to you, Gray. Yes, I will take.
Thank you.
No problem.
QR, I want you to stay close to me. If anything happens, I've got you covered, alright? Thank you. That's greatly appreciated.
Hey, it's QR. I'm gonna go up to QR and give him a.
Well, if it isn't
high five.
Grayson, it's very exciting to meet you. I'm going to attempt the high five.
I'm gonna attempt to do a high five as well.
Make a luck roll, both of you.
That rolled off the table. Hold on.
D&D where you roll for high fives.
I feel like if anybody has the possibility of screwing it up, it is the two of you. So
That's true. I got 10.
11.
okay, so I'll round up. So you save your DC to totally flop, but it's not the cleanest of high fives.
It's half off, you know. It's the
It reaches
like-
contact, but it's like, yeah, it's like the.
Yeah.
we have to do the double one.
I've been told that what we should do is look at the elbow when we attempt a high five. I think we'll have to make another attempt in the future. And Claire's just like, oh my god, oh, they're perfect for each other. Oh, okay, well,
You have made things so much better. I'm so glad you're back with us. Enum, I'm glad to see you're still alive.
Unfortunately.
Wow.
You have no idea what it's like to be with QR in enclosed spaces for too long.
Okay, so Vect can feel depression. That's good to know.
Well, nevertheless, we should make our way towards the main building. As he is saying that, the door, you suddenly feel a breeze. As the door, you notice the door is open, and you can see Vartelis hobbling his way out the door.
Nah.
It's not really like this. It's more just like large, like curvy waves,
He's like,
and his
"Ooh."
wings kind of do almost the same thing. It's like, in a way, one would almost think it's like 4 arms doing this, but it's 2 wings and 2
Goro.
arms.
Yeah, it's Volo
Yeah.
from Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
He's missing
Kinda.
one key feature.
He's not like going on his back though and going like.
I would be more terrified and would need to kill him if he did that.
if this character has a money pit, I'm gonna be very concerned.
All right, I'll start following.
I mean,
him.
if he likes shinies, you never know. Some birds like
Uh,
shinies.
QR is gonna follow Barth. Claire is sticking right by his side, but she's kind of like nervously glancing around at everyone occasionally.
I'm gonna do a quick check
Ah, damn
over Enum as we're walking.
I've known him for about a minute and a half, and I'm already regretting every decision I've made. As he's kind of looking out towards Vartelis.
Yeah.
Welcome to our last few hours.
I'm sorry. As he walks out,
I'm sorry.
and Varabel will closely follow behind Barth.
I like the fire person, and I say as I walk out.
As inevitably you'll reach what you kind of start to see as you get out there, and for the rest of you for the rest of you that's Claire, even Enum, Avant, and Gray, because Enum you only teleported to the inside of it.
Yeah.
You kind of finally see there's like 3 buildings in this kind of area. These 2 smaller ones, of which one you came out of, and then as you're heading towards this kind of larger building that seems to kind of lead into the mountain almost. As you kind of start walking towards a large kind of, somewhat larger door set, like one that probably would fit a vehicle if need be, a land vehicle. And you kind of, as you catch up, you inevitably are seeing Vartelis kind of skirming around the edges of the door of the archways. He's kind of like feeling around it.
Speak,
The door.
friend, and enter. What you doing over there, buddy? I think he's looking for some sort of secret button that can be pressed to open the door.
The annoying robot is correct.
I want to start pecking at the door.
I like this
We
guy.
did that all the time.
The almost equally annoying but angry robot is also correct. People do like me.
If Enum likes you, then so do I. Yeah, this robot's opinion has no bearing on how I feel. Totally impartial.
I need to double check something. I do. He does. Okay, cool. Give me a minute. And so you'll kind of see his wings start to flap as he'll kind of fly up above the archway.
Oh god, he can fly.
Kind of starting to look into
He
buildings.
can fly. He can fly. He can fly.
Do you
He
think
can
these
talk.
wings are for show?
He can sing.
I don't
I
just
look
have
it
these
up.
wings for vanity's sake.
I look at Avant. Can you?
You see a lack of wings.
Fair. All right, that's fair. That's fair. I feel slightly like I should apologize
Racist.
to you for assuming. Yeah. I'm sorry.
God.
I put you in an ideal and you weren't part of it. I don't apologize for that.
Anyway.
I need to check myself before I wreck myself.
That we're both in the wrong.
And when we're both wrong, we're right. Wait.
Obviously, this is science.
It's the only way it can be.
The only way. Ba-na-na-na-na. Yes. Do any of you have any type of ranged weaponry?
No.
As a matter of fact, I do. Yes, indeed.
I pull out the gun.
Yes, that. Do any more of you have these? So he'll fly down and grab your stun gun.
Wait, no, what?
Anybody else have these?
Hey, go that back.
It is important. Trust me.
Claire's gonna flip it so that the handle is facing him. She's gonna hand it out to him and say, "If you break it, I break you. All right?"
Perfect.
Shoot this buff.
Anybody else? The more the merrier.
You know, I'm pretty sure that I also have a stun gun in my possession. You can borrow it if you would like. QR's gonna hand out stun gun.
Perfect. He's kind of starting to fudge them around a bit. Anyone else? Anyone else? More?
The power of the sun is all I need. I have no need.
The power.
So you don't have a stun gun as well. Particularly the. Are you? I was gonna say because you do
No,
have one.
I know I have a stun gun,
Okay.
but I don't know I have a stun gun.
You don't remember you were handed one directly?
No.
This is 4D chess right now.
Galaxy fucking brain.
I've brainwashed myself to forget that I have a stun gun.
Well, he rolled a really bad
My
perception
name's
check,
now
so he
Liquid.
can't see it on you either.
Power,
Yes.
the power.
You can't trust anyone, not
Alright.
even yourself.
Well, so
This
only
stun
three
gun's
of you have
behind
these.
us.
So only 3 of you have these.
Yes, I believe so.
Are you hiding? Are you keeping yours, Bennett?
I don't have one. I don't think.
Yeah,
I
you,
don't think I
you
grabbed
should have
one.
one.
Oh,
You were given one
standard
at the
issue.
start. You were given one at the start. I think you should have been.
I don't have it in my thing, but I might have just
You may
forgotten
not have
to
it
add it.
equipped. Let's see here. Find out.
I don't have it in my inventory.
No.
I might have just forgotten it though.
That's all right. We'll roll with it. You left
Can
yours
I add one?
later.
Can I add one right now, or
No, later.
should I have? Okay.
Technically, yes, you should have one, but we'll give it to you later. We'll say you
Okay.
forgot it.
Yeah. I'll just add it to my inventory just to remember.
Yeah,
though.
just don't equip it yet.
Yeah. No.
All right. Well, no matter. So kind of like
Duct tapes them
mend
together.
over the top of it.
Oh.
And they just kind of he like tries to hold it. He's like holding them like this, like with his arm. It's like really awkward. He's like using his wing to balance. And he like tries to hold it by one, and they just all fall. I got it. And so as he'll pull out kind of this other sack, he'll pull out this like it was a size, right? Like it's the size of a fanny pack. It's slightly larger, slightly small, but decent sized messenger bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
She just pulls out this like more bigger than it should show, like blowtorch.
Larger than a bread
But
box.
it's like in the shape. But like this blowtorch is in the shape of like, so it looks like a power drill, but like you see it like emit like the flame like a blowtorch. And so it'll then pull out 2 rails. So you'll just kind of see them.
Wait, are we allowed to? I turn to Claire. Hey, are we allowed to do modifications to those weapons?
That is a great question.
And you'll kind of see him put it away. See him
Really
use
good
kind of
question.
Bring up.
Yeah.
It's like this really weird. Like it looks like a normal like what pulls out what seemingly looks like. I mean, what you would say like looks like the shape of like a mini flashlight, right? It's just like a small cylinder, right? Seemingly in innocuous, and then it just kind of sprouts these like 4 little like arms or like like mechanical like arms.
Like tendrils.
Yeah, as it kind of like puts it on top of the gun, and as you kind of start to see it like making other mini sparks, kind of shifting wires. This whole process takes like 20 minutes.
We were just standing out there in the cold.
Who took the? Well, everybody else is in thermal gear, right? So,
Oh, I'm
except
not.
for who is not in thermal gear outside of Gray. But Gray, this is normal for you. You're fine with this.
Yeah.
I have 2 coats on.
Yes,
I think I'm not, but it's fine because I'm a robo man.
you're good. Yeah. The other 2 are Barth is still wearing his. Yeah. So you're all fine in terms. You're not feeling the particular cold. It's not the like highest of wind chills out there. So it's
And
good
everybody
enough.
just stands around Bartholomew.
Yeah, it's very weird. As you kind of see Barth just kind of like.
We don't know.
As he's just kind of
This,
he's just confused.
This could end up being another Clarence situation.
As you'll kind of see him finally pull off this like ball 3 stun guns that are kind of attached by this rail. It's not the prettiest looking thing. This will do fine. As he'll kind of fly up towards a window, kind of right above the door. And you will see him fire into the window. Like there seems to be a hole in the window, and he fires through that hole. As almost as soon as it fires, you just see all the security shutter just go, boom, and just like break the 3-pronged stun gun. As it just like snaps, he kind of has to jut back a little bit. As for you guys, you see 1.5 attached stun guns fly out in front of the door. Wait.
I think those were ours.
We had an agreement.
I think we were supposed to give those back.
Yours isn't broken. As he just kind of flies off into the other building. You guys actually start to notice the sun is beginning to go down at this point. It'll be better if we start getting a rest. I have a little hideout in this building. We'll go in here. Come in here. And he then flies more into it as he leaves the door open as he walks in.
I turn to Claire real quick. QR gets broken gun.
I think this is the best decision for the whole team, really. Yeah.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Hey, QR?
Buddy.
Yes, Grayson, my good friend. How can I help you?
Hey, buddy. You know what's great than 1 whole pistol? 2 broken halves of 1 pistol. You want the broken one?
You hear a whirring sound in his head for a moment, and then, I have to agree that 2 is a greater numerical value than 1.
Shut up.
I think you're onto something here.
All All right, well, you'll have to.
Did
Did you
detach-
need me to carry those 2 guns for you?
I would say you'll have to detach them together.
No,
They're
it's-
still bolted together.
It's fine, QR. It's fine. I turn around to Claire with the only emotion on my face that's visible is regret, but understanding as well.
Claire is looking at QR with something that's like half an eyebrow raised, but it's also the shocked Pikachu face.
Oh. That's a good face.
I'm gonna go hang out next to Avant. My pillar of sanity right now.
Do you guys head towards his, I guess, small base?
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know what his plan is at this point.
I fully thought that he
Isn't
was just
that
gonna
the
go
way
up
of
to...
Artellus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll open the door. I'll shoot a hole in the window. Oh wait, there was already a hole
there.
in the
Yeah, the hole
window.
was there already.
So I'll shoot into the window. More door will come down.
Also, I live here.
Yeah.
Plan successful.
I fully thought he was gonna go up to the window and just smash it in with an amalgamation of everything.
I would have loved
Very
that.
funny.
Put like 10 guns together and then just like smash
throws
it.
it in there. All right, hits a
Like a
switch from the
brick.
inside. All right, we're clear.
Go, go, go!
We have technology.
Look,
Paperweight.
if they
Hurt
didn't
me
want it to be
more.
used this way,
Uh,
if they
Anyway.
didn't want it to be used this way, they would have put a warning label on it.
the right as you guys head in, you start to see is the hallway leading into the room that he kind of left open for you. It actually kind of has seemingly a number of small segments to it with kind of different beds. Like there are like the room is open, but like they're each like doorways without doors, leading into sections with like one bed on each like side. So you kind of think like part of the room is like this large kind of hallway, and then there's kind of like an opening in each one for like a 2-bed space. The beds kind of face each other this way. So like say this is the foot, like these are the foots of the bed. They kind of face this way. And then there's a little space to get in and out from the wall. And then you go farther down, you see kind of more of what he's kind of made almost as a nest for himself. And there's this there's this couch. No, there's a couch left there.
Shit everywhere.
There's kind of a there's a flickering screen, kind of off kilter, in front of the couch. And there is this one little actual area. There's this one corner where there is kind of there's about this 10-foot corner, like 10-foot square corner of like grass and a small little amount of plants actually growing there. But that is where we will end our session for tonight.
Oh my God.
It's so scenic, though.
So yes,
Oh man.
join us on the next episode.
Frieza
As Dylan
defeated.
continues to play 2 characters.
It's so hard.
Trust me, once you get to 3, it becomes a whole lot of fun.
Oh man.
That would be too much. And then next campaign is just only Dylan. He has to play like 5 characters all by himself.
Hello,
At least you
everybody.
didn't
Just
have
Dylan.
a different accent for both of them, huh?
That's true.
Good thing you didn't do
Just
that.
Dylan.
But yes,
Guys, you don't want that much of me.
we will
Just
see you all next time. Until then,
Goodbye.
Right.
find our YouTube down below.
Mhm.
Origin Stories is
Oh.
out now. Check it out.
Marshall, something special is happening this Sunday.
Was that this Sunday?
It is this Sunday, March 12th.
Oh yes. Also, great announcement.
That's right, folks. Sunday Mass. Be sure to attend.
What time?
We'll have pamphlets.
Wanna know what's great with D&D? The Lord.
The Lord.
Despite that
You
the
could
church
say
has sanctioned this as
He is the
satanic.
one true son.
What's that?
On
RNG
Sunday,
Jesus
we are
said. Bible
debuting.
speeches.
The podcast of its preview just came out this last Tuesday, and now we are going to be officially debuting Embers by Daybreak, the show produced and ran by Francisco,
That's me.
featuring
guess.
most of us in this group, but will be
Yeah.
Bennett will
And
be
some of us that aren't.
substituted by our new gracious member, who's decided to join in on that campaign.
So surprised, but
So a
very
little
happy.
bit of variety between the two campaigns, at least in terms of players.
Bennett, I still
Not
love
a
you,
lot,
though. You'll be-
but at
you'll
least
be in
one.
there.
Well,
Remember.
you're dead to me.
Don't worry, soon you will be in my campaign too.
Okay,
Oh.
absolutely.
Whether you like it or not.
One character named Bennett, first one to die.
No, no.
Yeah. But yes. So tune in. What time?
Right now we're playing with 3:00 in the afternoon. It might
Okay.
change till later.
Stay
Yeah,
tuned to our
that
Instagram.
we'll have to talk about that.
Stay tuned
Yeah,
to our
well.
Instagram for updates on that. But Sunday afternoon, sometime. Keep it in mind.
All right.
All right. See you all on Sunday then for our new show.
Later, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Maybe
Love you all.
I'll give a tiny little peek.